Hello, this is my third prototype for Emergent Games Tech, what I'm calling a blind adventure. This prototype features haptic feedback, more audio cues, and a very basic inventory system similar to something that you might find in a text-based RPG. And I figured I'd quickly run through everything in the prototype just as like a quick catch-up. So for creating the level itself, it's really easy. All I do is create these rooms and then I can decide which faces of the room are open to the player, if there's a combat encounter, and how many enemies are present in that encounter, the name of the room, which is mainly just for reference for me and isn't actually important currently, whether each of the faces are unlocked, and a room description, which is what I will read out during the recording process. Then there's a key, so up here for example, this room doesn't have a key even. It's this room. This room features a large iron key. I shouldn't hover over that because it changes the window. But as you can see down here, it says large iron key and has key is ticked. Now this room requires a key to open the locked north door, and it requires the large iron key. So that's roughly just how it works, and we'll see it in play here if I press play. So around the player, there are a few things to notice. These volumes here, if an enemy comes into one of these volumes, it will play an audio cue and vibrate the controller, assuming the player's on controller, which is highly recommended for the experience. And then these spheres, although you won't be able to see them in play, will be just the enemy spawners. This is a temporary sound for moving around at the moment. If I try to go left, I can't go left because there's no room there. Same with right and down, but I can go up. If I try and go up again, it'll say I can't go up, even though there's a room there. I intend to include that in the description. So the description of this room might mention that there's a portcullis and the door to the north is closed and I'll have to find something to open it. If the player goes to the left, which will also likely be included in the room description as there being some sort of tower, then he can go to
Down
the left.
enemy.
And the combat
Down
starts
enemy.
immediately.
Right enemy.
Each of the audio cues for all four directions use different text-to-speech voices so that especially in longer fights, or faster fights I should say, they don't get mixed into one and confuse the player. So now that this room's been cleared, I should have a key to open the portcullis. And if I come back, while there's no audio cues for it, I can go up, which I couldn't do before. Now, back up here, we've got the same problem, can't go up, can't go left, but we can go right. In this room, there's a large iron key, but there's no fight in here. This is a stable, I believe, with a carriage in it. So now we got the key, we can come here, and the door is unlocked, and now we're officially in the keep. So this is roughly how the whole level will work, just a mixture of finding keys, opening doors, and fighting. And it should be focused on creating that mental map that players might get in Dungeons and Dragons or similar games, with the descriptions that I write essentially taking the part of the DM. And hopefully testing will show that this works quite well. For the next sprint, I'll just be adding a lot of audio and getting this all ironed out, I reckon. And that's all I have to show currently. But glad it all works. No huge bugs.